Hi, I'm Katie Miranda, and today I'm going to be interviewing Layth Sbaihat from the Canaan Center for Organic Research and Extension in the West Bank. So, the reason I want to interview Layth is because his work is all about problem solving. And as you may have noticed in my interviews, I like to focus on people who are identifying specific problems and coming up with creative solutions for them. So before we get into this interview, I want to talk a little bit about complaining versus problem solving. And all of us who are active on the issue of Palestine are very good complainers, right? And I include myself in that. We complain about the IDF, we complain about Netanyahu, we complain about the settlers, about AIPAC, about Hillary Clinton, etc. But here's the thing, it's very easy to fall into complaining mode, but the problem with complaining is that it leaves us feeling disempowered, whereas problem solving leaves us feeling empowered. Complaining is emotionally draining and problem solving is constructive. So that's why I find Layth's work very compelling. He's a problem solver for Palestinian farmers. The same olive farmers who produce the oil that you get when you subscribe to Palbox. So I'd like to introduce Layth Sbaihat, who works in the research department at Canaan Center for Organic Research and Extension. Welcome to the interview, Layth.
Hi, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your educational background. What did you study?
Well, I have a Bachelor of Science in Biology and Biotechnology. I have graduated here in Palestine. Then I moved to Italy and got my Master's of Science in Mediterranean Organic Agriculture from the Mediterranean Agronomic Institute of Bari in Italy. And then I got my PhD in Bioagricultural Sciences from Nagoya University in Japan.
Okay, great. What does Canaan Center for Organic Research and Extension do?
The Canaan Center for Organic Research and Extension is a national research and extension center specialized in organic farming. So it's working in a close relation with the farmers to identify their problems and suggest them solutions through research. And we adopt the participatory research approach where the farmers are involved in the whole process of research, starting from the identifying the problems and suggesting solutions, applying the solutions, modifying them, etc. So the whole process are proceeded by the researchers, us, together with the farmers.
Can you tell us about some of the problems that you've helped the farmers solve using organic farming methods, like with the almonds and the olive trees?
Yeah, talking of almonds and olive trees, we worked with technical problems. For example, we are now researching the peacock eye disease. We have a researcher who is trying to solve the peacock eye disease using organic methods. So she's evaluating the effect of pruning, different styles of pruning, on the disease, and also the use of copper products, which are allowed to be used under organic certification, and the combination of both pruning and using the copper products.
Okay, great. So, what kinds of farming issues have the farmers had as a result of the occupation or the wall, and how have you tried to solve them?
Well, it's easy to say that and correct also to say that occupation is affecting the life of Palestinians in all the phases of their life, in anywhere and anytime. The Palestinian people, including farmers, are affected by the occupation and the wall. Like I can tell the big problem caused by the separation wall. That you know the wall is built in the Palestinian land, and Israel included many of the Palestinian land into Israel, and an important part of that was not only the agricultural land, but also the natural reserves and forests that we had close to the area where they built the wall. And because of that, the distribution of wild animals was affected, the biodiversity was affected in those areas. The wild boars, for example, are becoming an important problem for the agricultural for the Palestinian agriculture, because the wild boars used to graze and then go back to their home or habitat, their niche in the forests. But now they cannot, and they are trapped or blocked in the Palestinian agricultural land. And it's only agricultural land that is left right now, no forests. So the wild boars are really bad for agriculture. They are an important agricultural problem. So what is happening now is that the boars are, they are reproducing very fast. Their numbers are increasing, and they are attacking any place that we are applying agriculture, because they like humidity, they like the trees, they like fruits, and they come and they feed on the agricultural products. And not only that, they are also destroying the orchards. They can destroy trees because some of them are really big. They jump to the branches and they destroy the trees. And this is really important in the almond orchards, because they like in a certain time of the almond, when almond fruits are half ripen, they like them really very much, and they attack the orchards, and they destroy they break the branches and they destroy the trees. Another problem that is caused by the occupation is the access of the agricultural inputs. So Israel is controlling the possibility for Palestinian farmers to import their agricultural inputs like fertilizers or pesticides, both organic or conventional. So they can control, and they do control, the import of any commercial product. Not only the accessibility of the products, but also the prices. The Palestinian farmers, due to the Israeli control, they are using the price, the inputs for very high prices. So what we are trying to do is to teach the farmers how to produce their own agricultural inputs. So to be self-dependent, they could, for example, recycle the farm waste into compost. They can extract some organic herbicides or pesticides or insecticides from the natural vegetation, from weeds, from grasses growing in their farms.
So I want to go back to the issue of the wild boars
Yes.
invading the almond orchards. How have you tried to solve that problem? Like, what are some examples, and have they worked?
Well, to be honest, it's a problem that is difficult to be addressed. To be honest, it's not a problem that we could do anything to solve up to this point, and it's something that is making me personally sorry. It's not only us; several Palestinian organizations and centers and non-governmental organizations tried to address this problem, but it's not something that we could do anything for up to this point, unfortunately.
Okay, so sorry if this is a dumb question, but what about dogs to guard the orchards? Would that work?
This might be a solution. I have been googling this problem, and I found somebody who did that in Tunisia. Somebody used dogs.
You were mentioning that you are helping the farmers to develop organic pesticides and organic fertilizers. So organic products are very important to consumers these days. And part of your job is, as you told me before, is trying to convince farmers that using organic methods are better. Um, can you tell us about this process or share any stories about it?
Using organic products, you mean? Yeah, as I said, we I would say like imported the technology that was invented in some places. Organic pesticides, for example, we can. There are some weeds, that agricultural weeds, that we can produce insect repellents from them. We also advise the farmers to use some the extracts from garlic, from onion, from hot peppers, to control fungal diseases. There are several products that we can extract from plants to control agricultural pests and diseases. I personally, in my PhD research, I was developing a product extracted from a fungi to control the fungal disease in potato. So there are like several possibilities, and we have applied some products here. As I mentioned, we can use also we are actually using, our farmers are using the um, the soap, the organic soap solution, to control aphids in almonds. So aphids do attack the almond leaves, especially young leaves, and we can control them by using the soaps of the organic soaps, extracts from the organic soaps, and by this way we can save the production of the almonds. I want to add something here. As you said, we believe that organic products are very important to consumers, and uh, I believe those products, organic products, are really important for Palestinian consumers as well. So not only in the States or abroad. So what we are doing now is that we have a campaign to promote the consumption of organic products in Palestine. And for that, we are approaching children and housewives, university students in workshops and trainings. We are telling them how important organic food is, and how safe organic food is. What's the difference between organic and conventional products? What are the risks to their health are there in their food if it was not safe? What is the effect on their environment if the farmers are not using the organic methods? So we are trying to teach them, especially the young generation, so that we hope it would be like effective in changing the behavior in their houses. So if they are consumers, then they would lobby on their parents to buy organic products, or if they were farmers, they would lobby on them to practice the organic procedures.
Wow, that's great. So, uh, from my understanding, all Palestinian farming, in fact, all farming in general, was organic prior to the invention of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. So, are you really just encouraging Palestinian farmers to go back to farming how they did prior to the invention of chemical pesticides, or are your methods like new, like as you said in your PhD research?
Well, at first, the Palestinian agricultural traditions and the culture, the agricultural culture of Palestine, are really very rich and deep in history. And most of the farmers in Palestine keep preserving the traditional methods, especially olive farmers. However, organic farming combines both traditions and science. So our job is to adapt agricultural and ecological and biological sciences into organic farming principles and to the local Palestinian conditions. So we do import knowledge and inventions from the world and adapt it to the Palestinian conditions and needs. On the other hand, we invent suitable solutions ourselves through research. So one more thing we work with farmers is we help them to understand the organic certification procedures to be able to to be able to export their products as organic. So if I would if your question was a yes or no question, so I would say no. It's not only that we are telling them to do what they did prior to the so-called green revolution. We are trying to convince them to keep their traditions and inheritance of agricultural traditions, and we try also to combine that with science. So we believe both of them, combining both of them, is the solution.
That's fascinating. Thank you for this glimpse into the lives of Palestinian farmers and the problems that they're facing. If you like what you heard on this interview, consider supporting Palestinian farmers and the work that Layth is doing by subscribing to PalBox at palbox.org, where you will get 1 bottle of organic, fair trade Palestinian olive oil, 2 bars of Palestinian olive oil soap, a bag of za'atar, Arabic calligraphy jewelry designed by me, and a surprise gift from Palestine in every box. Proceeds benefit the Northern California branch of the International Solidarity Movement and Palestinian Nonviolent Resistance. Thank you very much, Layth, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Katie, and thanks to everyone who's buying Palestinian products.